The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
Next at 4, check your pantries. A popular snack recalled for possible listeria contamination. The verdict of a 2-year-old rape case comes down. The wrap-up of the trial ahead. And full coverage of severe weather threats starts now.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Weather conditions are finally changing.
The wind is brisk right now, but the skies remain quiet, but not for much longer.
Good evening and thank you for joining us.
A big swing in temperatures ahead sets up a classic scenario for thunderstorms, hail, and even the potential for tornadoes.
Our severe weather coverage begins now.
All members of Storm Team 3 are tracking tonight's severe threats. Nicholas Stewart will report live from Iowa shortly.
But first, News 3's Emily Manley joins us from the Storm Team 3 Weather Center with what severe watches are issued in our area right now. Emily, what can we expect to develop over the next few hours?
That's right, guys. Lots of severe weather going on in the area. There was a tornado that touched down already around Peoria. No one was hurt, no injuries yet, but the storms do keep popping up. As today, it was so warm outside, people were walking in saying it's warm. That is because now we have a cold front coming in. It is too warm for typical temperatures around this time. These are the few warnings that started this morning. Now, if we take a look, all this area is in warnings. Now, this is just a severe tornado watch. Remember, no tornado warnings until there is a tornado spotted in your area. If we take a look at the radar outside right now, where this red part is, tornado was touched down. The tornado was found in Peoria. We are in the more yellow part of the area where that is where the watches are. All this is moving very fast into the area, which is going to cause more problems for the drive home for this evening. But if we do take a look outside right now at downtown, there's not really anything big yet. Just some clouds in the sky. You can see the darkness. Temperatures are still pretty warm. It's about 78 degrees. That colder temperature is on its way, and I have more Storm Team coverage coming up.
All right, serious stuff, Emily. Thank you very much. And our coverage continues in the field.
Storm Team 3's Nicholas Stewart joins us in Iowa, where he's observing the rapidly changing weather conditions.
Nick?
Capable of producing a tornado right now. We're getting some small hail and heavy rain. Now, this is only one storm of many storms along the cold front that could potentially go tornadic. Storms are lining out all across the state of Missouri as well. Supercells are forming. Those can move into Nokomis later as evening, or later on this evening. Again, large hail, damaging wind, and tornadoes are all possible with these storms. There's a lot of moisture, a lot of wind shear right ahead of the cold front. We're also dealing with a lot of instability in place. We have a lot of clear skies building in. Right ahead of that cold front, that's what's building in that instability for the afternoon. So again, the storms are moving into a very ripe environment. We could be looking at potential for some severe storms moving to Macomb or later on this evening. Again, that tornado watch is in effect until 8 p.m. for McDonough County. So back to you guys. Hopefully you guys are staying safe inside at Macomb.
Looks like it's getting rough out there. Thanks, Nick. Stay safe.
All right, to reiterate, many parts of Illinois are currently under a tornado watch, including the Peoria area.
WMBD in Peoria released these pictures of a tornado spotted just north of the city. The news station says a storm spotter saw a tornado on the ground 8 miles southwest of Chillicothe. All of central Illinois is under a tornado watch until 11 p.m. And WIU has a plan in place to keep people on campus safe. If alarms go off campus, the plan says people should move to the lowest level of the building until an all clear has been given. The Western Emergency Alert System will be activated should an alert be issued for our area. And some general reminders on storm safety from the National Weather Service. Stay indoors if you see lightning. If you're driving, the body of the car will actually redirect the strike around you into the ground. For tornadoes, get under a heavy piece of furniture in an interior room of the house. In an open field, lay in a low-lying ditch. If rain floods your basement, don't try to walk through it. Not only is sewage bacteria present, but the danger of electric shocks can be deadly.
The verdict on Aaron Zetterlund is finally in. The Keokuk native accused of sexually assaulting an unconscious 20-year-old girl back in 2013 was found guilty. The trial picked back up on Wednesday morning with the cross-examination of Zetterlund's friend and co-defendant, Ethan Dio. Dio, who is facing charges of unauthorized video recording in a separate trial, made a plea deal with the state. Dio's plea deal assured that he would only be charged with a misdemeanor in this case, so long as he testified against Zetterlund in court. In his testimony, Dio stated that Zetterlund did in fact recall everything from the night of the assault. Zetterlund, on the other hand, claims that he was too intoxicated to remember any details. After Dio's cross-examination, the state and defense each gave their closing arguments. The jury then deliberated for several hours, meeting back later in the evening with their guilty verdict. Criminal sexual assault is a Class 1 felony in Illinois, and Zetterlund could face 4 to 15 years of mandatory incarceration. That's according to the Illinois Criminal Code. Zetterlund will be sentenced on June 2nd at 9 a.m. in the McDonough County Courthouse.
At Monday night's City Council meeting, the aldermen approved the one-year contract with the Macomb Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. The Visitors Bureau is a nonprofit organization which promotes tourism, motor coach visits, and tourism in Macomb. 80% of the fees collected from the Hotel Motel Fund will be paid to the Convention and Visitors Bureau. The council agreed to pay the MACVB $184,146. The City of Macomb will make monthly payments. The Bureau is located on 201 South Lafayette Street. County roads will finally receive the attention they need. Voters overwhelmingly passed the county sales tax increase of 1/4 cent that will go toward repairing roadways of McDonough County. On Tuesday, 70% voted in favor of the sales tax increase after the measure received bipartisan support from county and city representatives. County engineer Tom Hickman says major road repairs likely will not begin until next summer when the increased revenue has been collected.
Social relationships have a big impact on the health of an individual. A strong support group can help recovery as well as prevention. Dr. Kevin Wright was at Western last week to discuss his studies on this topic.
If you live in a small town and you have, say, pancreatic cancer or something, you may know nobody, in the town, and people, your friends and family, who have that particular illness or disease, but you can get online and literally find hundreds of people who have it or might be willing to talk to you, and so it's a huge advantage for people.
Dr. Wright has written several books, including Health Communication in the 21st Century. He has also published several articles in publications such as the Journal of Communication. Expect to see a lot of new faces on campus due to Discover Western this Saturday. It is the last one of the semester with over 500 students signed up. Admission is expecting its largest turnout of the year. Students will arrive to the recreational center around 8 a.m. and will be enjoying our campus until 4:30 that afternoon. To volunteer, contact the Office of Admissions located in Sherman Hall.
Western Illinois University's Science Department will start a new program designed to help retention within the field. The program offers encouragement to female STEM students, or those who study science, technology, engineering, and math. WIU Department of Chemistry Chair Rose McConnell says female students face many rough spots in STEM fields, so a lot of them switch majors. McConnell hopes the program can provide the support women need. And a major WIU project has been delayed to the beginning of next fall. Bids to build the new Performing Arts Center will reopen after only one bid was submitted to state officials. According to a university press release, the lone bid was approximately $7 million over the proposed $70 million budget. Construction was to begin last fall after former Governor Pat Quinn released funds for the project to begin. The university is currently working with the Illinois Capital Development Board and Canon Design to scale back the building to fit within the budget.
More video continues to emerge from Saturday's police-involved shooting down of an unarmed man. Next, the action Officer Slager has seen doing on video. That's raising questions on the department's handling of the shooting.
And still ahead, the major recall of a popular snack, what the FDA is urging to those who have the food in their pantries.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
I think News 3 is great. It's all one common goal. Everybody's trying to be #1. Last year, we were #1 in the nation. We beat out Florida and Oklahoma. I get to work with so many professionals. It's a really great experience, and they're always there to help, and it's just all around fun. Jasmine Crichton really does make it a real-life experience that, most schools maybe not, they don't offer that.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving.
Why?
What did I do? Not enough. The pressure's too much. I quit. I get it. I can do better. Just please, don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
That's slow. That's slow. Look, he's blushing.
Now from Macomb in high definition, you're watching Franny Smith, Mario Calero, Storm Team 3's forecast with Emily Manley, and sports with Danny Fry. Live at 4 continues.
New video emerges from Saturday's controversial police-involved shooting in South Carolina. This video shows Officer Michael Slager appearing to recall the events of the shooting to another officer. Slager is charged with killing Walter Scott. Slager fired 8 shots at Scott when Slager says Scott tried to flee from a traffic stop. Scott was unarmed. A separate video of the actual shooting was taken by a bystander and is causing a nationwide debate on police brutality.
The fate of former NFL player Aaron Hernandez is now in the hands of the jury. Hernandez was convicted of first-degree murder in June 2013 and is facing life in prison with no parole. The man he was accused of killing was his close friend Odin Lloyd. During the closing arguments, defense attorney James Sultan suggested that Hernandez may have witnessed the shooting of Lloyd, but was not the one who pulled the trigger. If he's convicted of second-degree murder and not first-degree, he will be eligible for parole after 15 years. The jury finished deliberating Tuesday and met again for deliberations Wednesday morning. We'll stay up to date on this story as it develops.
Walgreens says it will close 200 stores in the United States. Plans are still being finalized, and the company did not reveal a time frame for the closures. The chain has more than 8,000 stores spread across the country. The company says it is trying to reduce expenses by $1.5 billion over the next 3 years. No word yet on if the Macomb location will close.
Flash flooding might be a problem in our area because of tonight's storms, but something else caused soaked subways in New York City. Take a look at this incredible video. A broken water main in New York's West Village leaked into the 14th Street subway station and flooded some streets. Service was canceled in both directions and the water shut off. Hundreds of people were evacuated from a subway train. Crews are now making repairs.
Today, a big recall was announced from one of the most popular hummus makers in the country. Sabra is recalling 30,000 cases of hummus because of potential listeria contamination. Listeria can cause serious, sometimes fatal infections in children and elderly people. It can also cause miscarriage and stillbirth for pregnant women. Others may suffer from nausea, high fever, and severe headache. The Food and Drug Administration is urging anyone with the hummus to throw it away or return it.
Severe weather warnings issued for the Macomb and McDonough County area.
News 3's Nicholas Stewart joins us to tell us more about the forecast. Coming up next.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move? In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
We will not wait any longer.
In front of a crowd.
Thine eyes have seen the glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Don't worry, the 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they
they were doing their thing, we slowly changed all that. Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
And welcome back here live at 4. We are under severe storm warnings all throughout Illinois right now. As you take a look, this has already changed. I just went in and changed my PowerPoint right before we came back on the air because these clouds have already changed immensely. As you saw earlier in the forecast, Nick was driving through rain, a little bit of hail. Now that is what's going through our area. Temperatures outside right now, we have 78 degrees, humidity at around 58 degrees, 59 degrees, and it's only going to get higher, but that's because of the rain. By tonight, the humidity will drop down. Wind gusts, though, are pretty high, and that's due to the tornado that could move in the area. Let's move on to the warnings that are in the area. We're in the Peoria area, so that makes sure that we get in the tornado warning because the tornado did touch down and it was spotted. That's where the warning goes up. This is all the watch. St. Louis has been in the watch. Chicago just got moved to the warning. So many areas that it's coming in. We will keep our eye on this as we move forward. This is the radar right now without the warnings on the screen. As you can see, this little line of thunderstorms is what is creating this hard time for all of us because we are going to see it pop up as we move through the evening. As you can see coming up next, this is within the next 15 hours. That rain is going to get out of there, but that low pressure system is going to move through, and that's what's going to bring us the cooler air on Friday. And then if we look forward to the rest of Friday afternoon, you can see that on Friday, sorry, our clicker's having a little bit of a problem. There we go. On Friday, you can see that that high pressure system moves that low pressure system out of there. And from there, we will bring the temperatures back up onto Saturday. If we take a look at the Saturday radar, you can see there's nothing in our area. So we just got to get through tonight. Big chance of tornadoes touching down. As we said earlier, we will put up on News 3 how to stay safe during all these storms, especially hail and tornadoes. If we take a look into tonight, you can see that there is a low of 41 degrees, but thunderstorms throughout the evening. Be careful because some can turn severe. Some can turn severe. Sorry about that. Our winds, though, they will drop down just a little bit, not too much. You know, that is what is bringing that storm in fierce, because it's going to move in and is going to get out, and that can cause a lot of the damage. If we move into tomorrow, though, the sun will come out tomorrow, high of 67 degrees, and then the winds will slow down tomorrow. If we do take a look at your 5-day forecast here, you can see that it does get eventually higher. Our next chance for rain, though, isn't until Monday into Tuesday. That's when it's 69 into 70, but until then, it just remains in the 60s. So like I said, after we get to tonight, through tonight, we will see the sun come out tomorrow and it'll dry everything out and we'll have a great weekend. But until then, everyone does need to stay safe and make sure that you know your surroundings. If you do hear the tornado sirens, please do take cover. Don't think that you can outbeat or outrun the storm like some people think that they can. Not the best idea. Nick is still out in the he's out for us, so he will continue to keep us updated, and we will hear from him later in the newscast.
Okay, great. Yeah. It's a time of the season for severe weather.
But not for baseball, then.
That's right, yeah.
The weather's dangerous, but hopefully it clears up. Annual Lee Calhoun track meet returns to Macomb today for 3 days of competition. I have the details. And Western Illinois baseball is set to honor its legends as alumni make their way back to WIU for this weekend's series with the goal. And Illinois State Athletics grieves from the tragedy of today's or Tuesday's play.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets makes Super Pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a Shelter Pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Now, how do you make it happen? Think purple, think success, think Western Illinois University.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back. The Illinois State University Athletic Department continues to grieve people, including ISU associate men's basketball head coach Tori Ward crashed Tuesday near Bloomington. Athletics director Larry Lyons says although those lost will not be forgotten, the program must move on.
Bumpy road, but the Redbirds will be there. There's a large void in our community and our Redbird family. He has a gift, a tremendous gift, to reach out and develop and nurture relationships. I mean, he was incredibly talented. He was a high character.
Lyons has served in Illinois State athletics for the past 27 years. This past year's team was especially close after finishing third in the Missouri Valley Conference with a 22-13 record and gaining an NIT berth.
These guys are just father figures to us. You know, to me, my father's been out of my life, so Coach Ward, me and him had a personal relationship, not only on the court, but off the court.
One of the others on the plane was Associate Athletic Director Aaron Leach. The school staff says they will now focus on helping the victims' families and the student athletes. Well, October might be Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but that doesn't stop the WIU softball team from holding their own Think Pink weekend at Mary Ellen McKee Stadium. The Leathernecks have their hands full Saturday and Sunday with a 3-game series with IUPUI. Head coach Holly Van Vlymen plans to stick around after the doubleheader Saturday to pitch to fans in a home run derby. All proceeds from the event will go to McDonough District Hospital's Linda's Fund. The game on the field will be just as good, featuring Leatherneck, a team that just won 3 of their last 4 games, going up against the second-place Jaguars. Softball isn't the only team at WIU set for a special weekend on the diamond. The baseball team is hosting its annual alumni weekend over at Alfred D. Boyer Stadium. All former Leatherneck baseball players have been invited back to Macomb to watch a 3-game series between WIU and Oral Roberts. The series opener tomorrow will include a hospitality tent and several interviews with former Leathernecks right here on WIU TV3. Saturday includes a meet and greet with the former players and coaches. Western baseball looks to gain ground on the field against first place Oral Roberts. First pitch tomorrow is set for 3 p.m. And the springtime weather means track and field returns to Hanson Field for the 26th annual Lee Calhoun Memorial Track Meet. The last time Western won the Lee Calhoun Championship was way back in 2006. Now 25 area college track and field teams and over 400 student athletes are scheduled to compete in the 3-day event. In day 1, today is the beginning of the events of the decathlon and the heptathlon, and Saturday is the big day with all the running and field events beginning at 9 a.m. and they run all day. And I'm sure many of you have seen that statue at the entrance of Hanson Field. That's the reason for the weekend festivities. The weekend's named after Lee Calhoun, a 2-time Olympic gold medal winner and Western Illinois track and field coach from 1980 until his death in 1989. Lastly, the golf world is relevant once again this weekend with the Masters taking place at Augusta National. Yesterday afternoon was the annual par 3 contest with some of the game's greats. That is 6-time Masters champion Jack Nicklaus taking his shot on the 4th hole at Augusta. The ball falls on the green and then it starts to roll a little bit. It rolls back a little bit further, and back till it finds the bottom of the cup. Get that man some butter with that roll. The 75-year-old legend notches the first ever hole-in-one at Augusta National Golf Club.
And man, if I'm doing that when I'm at 75, knocking in hole-in-ones.
He's the best there ever was.
He's the best there ever was. A lot of greats. First ever hole-in-one at that historic golf course.
You know, I actually saw him doing an interview earlier yesterday, and he talked, you know, he's saying, yeah, maybe we'll try to get a hole-in-one for you. We'll see what happens. And then he knocks one in. It's
joking
incredible.
around about it.
Yeah.
I can't score a hole-in-one in mini golf to save my life.
Absolutely
so
not.
It's crazy he can do that.
Awesome.
A little luck there. A little luck for the old timer.
Absolutely, yeah. All right.
Don't go away, as we will have your final look at the weather up after the break.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets makes Super Pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a Shelter Pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Now, how do you make it happen? Think purple, think success, think Western Illinois University.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Now let's go out again to Storm Team 3's Nicholas Stewart live in Iowa.
Nick?
Okay, it looks like we're kind of having some problems getting a hold of Nick. He is safe, though. We do know that much. But let's take a look at the warnings outside right now. Everybody is in green because it is raining outside. But other than that, the storm warnings. In the red, that is those tornado warnings that we have for the area. And then at the bottom, we have the yellow, and that is the tornado watches. Remember, tornado did touch down in Peoria, so they are very likely. But after all this horrible stuff, we will see sunshine tomorrow. As we take a look at the 5-day forecast, we can see that tomorrow we will see the sun, and it looks like we're kind of having more problems here. Not only are we having problems with Nick, but it looks like I'm having problems myself.
If I can actually interrupt you, Emily, it sounds like we may have Nick again, so we're going to try to get a hold of him
Okay.
here. Nick?
Are moving southward through eastern Iowa. We are heading towards the supercells that are forming in northern Missouri. Those are the storms that might be moving towards Macomb later on this evening. They are intensifying, moving into a better environment. Again, lots of instability, lots of moisture, lots of wind shear. These thunderstorms could very quickly go severe. In fact, most of them are severe at this hour. Again, the storm is still like windy this hour, heading towards the Macomb area. That's the storm we're going to be heading towards. So through the rest of the night, make sure to keep an eye on the sky. Make sure you guys are weather aware and stay safe, guys.
Thank you, Nick. That's it from the desk. We'll be following breaking news and this severe weather situation online. News3WIU.com.
Thanks for joining us this Thursday. For Jeff Marta, I'm Johnny Cather.
And for Emily Manley, I'm Franny Smith.
Stay safe and follow our Facebook page for severe weather updates. And have a great evening.